Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
How you doing, folks? I told you I'd be back. What, you thought I wasn't going? I told you I would be. I drank my coffee and I came back for the beautiful people. You know what it is? I'm Carl. My beautiful daughter's still sleeping, folks. She sleep. She gonna sleep till about I don't know. I start work about I don't know if I should be saying my time. My daughter don't like me being Pacific, but I start working more in the afternoon. So my daughter's able to sleep, and then she comes in with me. And she kind of, I put her in a spot where she's solo. Long as you're not confrontational with her, or you trying to tell her things or direct her, she's fine. You know what I mean? She can walk by people. Long as they're not staring at her or trying to tell her things, her anxiety stays even. She kind of she does what she has to do. She focus on her. She ain't looking at people. She's just like her daddy. We don't focus on things. We just do it with the task at hand. She kind of sits there and do her thing. And if she gets in trouble where she feel like, she might have some problems, she'll let me know. We kind of got this thing going on where I got my eye out on her. And she's kind of figuring out what she should do. It's not a long-term thing here. I got a feeling this is the route where we're going to get ourselves off the street. Also, the reason I'm back on this video, I want to talk about credit for these homeless people. Homeless people, let me tell you right now, when you go homeless, whatever you do, I'm going to tell you this right now, don't file for bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is for people who got a place because they ain't got to go get another one. When you file bankruptcy, your options are limited. If you're homeless and filing bankruptcy, you might as well say shelter or projects. You ain't getting too much more than that, unless you want to go live in a gang territory area. Who else going to take you? Not a reasonable place. Everywhere I call, even low-income places, you cannot have bankruptcy on your credit report. So what we decided to do is try to get our credit together. That's option number one, folks. You got to have decent credit. You have to. You can't come in here with this bankruptcy or low. If you're homeless, right? Get a job. It's number one. You got to find some way to draw income. That way, you'll be able to pay on things to get it back in order. Once you got your credit together, you got a job, and you're homeless, you can fight your way off these streets. When those people come calling, if it ain't, like I said, if it ain't the projects, even a low income, they're going to screen you, folks. And when they screen you, your credit got to be somewhere decent. Figure out a plan. We figured out a plan. You got to figure out a plan to pay things so your credit can start to rise. You got to have credit in this world. The problem is when you don't have credit, you limit yourself. You can't do much. That's what's wrong with it. I ain't paying this. I ain't paying that. No, folks. That debt consolidation don't do nothing but tag your credit report. Let me tell you, you got to start paying things, folks. I know it's tough, but stop going to the malls. If you're going to pull out credit, pay your credit. That way you can get anything. You can get anything you want when you got good credit. When you got a bunch of money, you're going to have to pay a lot of cash. That's why a lot of us, when we run out of money, we have nothing. We got no credit, and now we got no money. Stop flashing all that money and go take care of your credit. If your credit score high, you don't need money. That's what we need to understand. People in the head not people in the head. I'm not going to say that. The people who think money is everything don't understand credit is more than money. Understand that, folks. If we were homeless like we are and my credit score was like 850, I wouldn't need no money. I can jump into any place I want to and then try to figure myself out. You get what I'm saying? But when you got money in your pocket, that means nothing. They're going to charge you triple and quadruple time deposit. That's if they decide to put you in there. But who want to give you anything when they see your credit score shot? The only person who's going to give you something, like I say, is going to be in one of those real balmy areas. That's what we're starting to figure out. I got to get this credit together along with having money to move in. That way you start to better yourself, and maybe you can end up buying something down the line and you get a better interest rate. Take care of your credit, folks. Stop letting that credit go down. Say, I'm not going to pay that credit card. I'm going to keep the money in my pocket. It's your money anyway. When you pay it, you could be able to use it when kind of a tragedy happened or when something happened where you need the money. Any of those situations, life situation, you might need it for dental, you might need it for some health problems, or whatever you might can't pay rent. Pay your credit cards where you be able to turn to it when you have an emergency, folks. Stop running away from your responsibility. That's what I did. That's not the route, folks. Stop listening to people out there. Pay your credit. If you're homeless, get a job. You ain't got a house anymore. Pay that credit. That way you'll be able to move into another place. Don't let the credit fall. You ain't going nowhere. You can't move it where you want to move to now. If you're going to be homeless, if you're out there and homeless, pay your credit card bills. Understand that. Keep that going. You don't have a house payment anymore. If you don't have a job, find one. That's the secret, folks. Understand that. Yes, the people can help you, but they can't help you pay your credit card bills. They can't help you to have a better life. They can only help you by giving you money, but you have to do the right things with it. You can't just get the money and go do stupid stuff. Work on your credit. For you young kids out there, when you get a credit card, it ain't free. When you spending $100, you got to pay $100 back. And the interest rate's so high, if you don't watch out, you'll never pay it back. Pay your credit cards off. Don't use so much of it. If they give you a $300 limit, use 100 of it. That way you'll show you can make payments back. Stop going to the max. Just because you want the newest pair of shoes. Like I said, use some of it, pay it back so you can show that you can pay things. And for you people who got all these credit cards out there, if you go homeless, pay your credit cards. And for you people that's not homeless, pay your credit cards. You know why they say 3 times the rent? You know why they say that? They're trying to protect you. All they're trying to do is to tell you, live within your means where you can be able to put money to the side, you'll be able to pay rent, and you'll be able to have gas in your car. That's why they say 3 times the rent, folks. They're trying to help you. We're so crazy. We think that I don't want to pay no 3 times the rent. That's just stupid. No, it's not stupid. They're trying to tell you what you can afford so you can have money in your pocket. Understand that. It's sad they got to do that to try to slow you down so you can live within your means. You're jumping outside your means because you're saying, I can do it. I can do it. No, you can't. If you move in there, eventually you're going to start to struggle and have hardship. Trust me, it gets tough out there. They're only trying to protect you. That's what I had to understand the hard way. So to you beautiful people out there, that's what we're trying to do. Got to get that credit together. You got to have money on the side. So when they come calling, we're ready. We're trying to get our credit score to turn to the positive so we can say, hey, look, we're doing better now. This is what homeless and bottom out is doing. We got the deposit. Credit score is better. Let us move in. That way we can move into a better place versus, like I say, the projects. When you have no credit, you have no money, that's where you're going to end up. And where you're going is where people trying to get out of. Understand that. You go into the projects and people are trying to get out the projects. So you got a lot of the moving pieces here, folks. You coming in with a smile and they looking at you like, you're going to be stuck like us for 7 years. Folks, if you're going to go to the projects, you got to get yourself out of the projects. The projects ain't just trying to make it where you're there forever. It's a temporary thing. You go there so they can help you get back off your feet. But we go there and we just get, we get satisfied. We start saying, hey, this is nice. You start trying to take advantage of the system. That's the problem. But you don't understand. You create a long waiting list for people who really need help. And you don't need the help. You can get out of there. Once you get out, you know what they do? They call somebody who really need to be there. But you in there and you don't need to be there. If all the project people move out of there, people who really need to be somewhere for a couple of months can actually move in. But it's so cluttered because nobody wants to move because it's free. So it makes that very difficult. That's why the waiting list is so long. Now, when the low income people come calling, they're going to screen you folks. And you got to have somewhat decent credit. Pay your credit card bills. Build your credit. If you're going to be homeless, you got nothing else to pay. Get a job, pay these credit card bills. Stop listening to these people talking about filing bankruptcy and debt consolidation. You ain't going nowhere with that. That's not going to help your credit score. That's going to help nothing. That's going to keep you at the bottom for a minute. And if you're homeless, we ain't trying to do that. We're trying to get off the street, folks. Now, if I'm not homeless, I can understand that. Maybe that is a route because you already got a house. You already got an apartment. You can file bankruptcy. You know what I mean? You can recover. So it's just two type of different things going on here. One person who's living inside of a house already can file that. A person who has nothing on the streets don't need to be filing bankruptcy. No, you need to get a place. And it's about 90% of places that where you want to stay don't accept bankruptcy, folks. I done called everywhere. That's an automatic denial. You get denied as soon as they find out you got bankruptcy. You are denied, folks. It's no ifs, it's no ands. Where we want to stay, it's a lot of good places, but they ain't having it. Like I say, if you want to sit there and move in New Jack City, you can go there all day long, but it's going to be a lot of people just like you who don't care. They file bankruptcy. They don't care about life too much. And hey, they don't want to get out of that situation because it's free. And I'm okay with that. If that's the way you want to live, file bankruptcy, wait 6-7 years till they call you, and then go there. I don't have that time with my daughter. I need the one, right? Get my daughter off these streets. The only way I'm going to do that, build the credit a little more. Have some deposit money and wait for those people to call. And when they call, we're ready. Why when they call, right? We call them, they screen us and deny us, because that's what's probably going to happen. I can guarantee you that. Nobody care about your situation, folks. All they care about is the money and can they trust you. That's it. They don't care about your situation. They'll go, oh, I feel sorry for you. They'll give you that. But that means nothing in the back of their head. I told you, life is an image people put at that block so you don't know who they really are. That's like apartment people. Oh, they'll plead for you. But it's going to be tough to get you in there. Like I say, the places that get you in there is not where you probably want to be. Oh, you get that all day long. We ain't trying to go that route. We want to eventually try to buy a condo. I need to do that. Time running out on me. I'm older. I buy a condo, right, and try to pay that condo off quick. My daughter always have something. All she got to do is pay taxes. And when her SSI come through one day, she'll be able to pay taxes on that yearly and not have to worry about nothing. I got to get her in a better situation where that can happen for her. Because, we're not all promised eternity here. So I'm on a short rope here, folks. And I got to work pretty fast to make sure she's secured. So when God comes calling, she's ready. So not only I got to get off the streets, I got to build the credit so we'll be able to buy something. And, and my daughter will be able to live a peaceful life. So we got a plan. We just need people to help us with that plan. Understand that, folks. Okay, I got to get out of here. I still got to make that phone call. And hopefully this helps for some of our homeless people out there. Please be good to yourself and realize the people will help you. But when they help you, you got to do right with the money you're receiving. 1, take care of yourself. 2, have a plan.